Hey! Lunacy Audio has added a new module to their Beam ecosystem and also a new feature that makes it deeper and more fun. They asked me to make a review, so let me improvise a small loop and let's start testing it out. So the new module is called Taps and it was made in collaboration with Benn Jordan. I think that the other new feature is also made in collaboration with him, but let's go first with this one. Basically this is a delay, but that works with repetitions. I mean, for instance, we have 8 taps now, and even though we have the feedback all the way down, you will hear the 8 different taps. That's what it's going to be repeating with the feedback. So at first glance, you can find the typical parameters for a delay, like the time or the ping pong and even the stereo. But immediately you can find other parameters that transform it into a more experimental type of delay. Now, keep in mind that this entire sequence is the thing that's going to be repeating if we increase the feedback. I don't know why, I've been having a lot of fun using it on keys and pianos. Now you can divide or multiply the time divisions for the amount of taps, depends on what you want, something faster or slower. And after everything we have the tape parameters, like roll, flutter, dust and drop, which are your typical lo-fi type of effects, but will give you a nice type of result. Let me try something more extreme. I mean, the way I test the power of an effect is to use a simple subtle wave bass synthesizer, the simplest thing ever, like this, and see how far I can go by using different parameters and different routings with these plugins. Yeah, it sounds nice. It sounds like its own instrument, frankly, and that's how you know when an effect or a multi-effect is good. Now, before continuing, let's check the other new feature, which comes in the form of another module, and that's the portal. Because the portal will create a feedback loop between 2 points and everything that's in between those 2 points. For instance, we can use haze, increase the feedback on the portal, and it's going to repeat, and each time it repeats, it's going to be affected by haze again. It has delay parameters, and that's it. The power is on how you route it, because you can even go from one parallel line to another. And you can even add more portals too. Now, thankfully, Beam has a limiter built into it, which is always on unless you want to turn it off, but with feedback it can get dangerously loud. I mean, some of my favorite presets are made by people that know how to do loud things like Alchemy or Data Broth. I mean, take a listen to this specific preset. I love how it sounds. It's crazy, and I wanted to do something similar, not only using feedback, but also taking advantage of all the comb filtery things that now we can do only with Beam. I mean, we have the feedback on Volt, we have Haze, which also has its own delay thing, we have taps, and all of that have their own possibility of creating different comp filters with all the features of each of the effects. That's why I created this patch right here with portals and 3 different lanes, one with a taps that's not too extreme and the other one that's a lot extreme, and each one will affect the drum differently, giving a metallic effect. And I'm also using the modulators and the macro to control the amount of some other effects too, like the feedback on Volt and whatever. Just take a listen. It can go crazy, honestly, and if you want this preset, it's going to be free for patrons and channel members, alongside other presets too. But I cannot help myself and still be using this effect for more beautiful kind of things. I mean, delays are beautiful, and usually I use it on a piano and it's like drifting in space. Combine it with the reverb and the grains, and you get particles dancing around your ears. I was forgetting to mention another feature on taps, and it's the pitch shifter. I mean, it's called pitch, even though one of the modes is pitch shifting. The other ones are bandpass filters with a lot of resonance, or comp filtering, and even the frequency shifting. Still, it works with semitones and a root note. And if we increase the intensity, you can listen how it works. If you make it sure to keep it on scale with what you're doing or the chords that you're pressing or anything, it can get very beautiful, like a new texture that evolves, especially combining it with other effects and the portals, meaning that it's going to be fed again into taps, getting affected by the same pitch shifting. And in fact, as this is creating a pitch out of different things that is tuned, you can use it also for percussion, loops, and drums. Yeah, it sounds nice. It sounds nice. A nice way to experiment. Now, playing with feedback on a multi-effect is a dangerous game. That's why it has the limiter. But I think it's, I don't want to say groundbreaking, but not every multi-effect has something like the portals here. Feedback loops are a great tool for sound design, and having the ability of putting effects on those feedback loops, it's great, especially with the depth of these effects that come with Beam. It makes the routing even more complex than it was. Before it was only parallel, now you're thinking with portals. I know that some people don't like Beam because you have to pay for the new plugins that come up, but still they are pretty powerful on their own, and it's a good investment, I think. Still, this is not the only multi-effect that exists, so let me know in the comments what do you think about it and which one is your favorite. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Thank you so much for watching, I will see you next time, and bye bye.